CD Projekt Red has once again been very transparent about what's going on behind the scenes over at CD Projekt Red. They've revealed their pipeline and what they're working on, and how many devs have been assigned to each project. And there are some other details about The Witcher 4, which we're also going to be going over in this video. So let's get started with this updated pipeline from CD Projekt Red. So this was posted by CD Projekt Red's Twitter account themselves, and we can see what's going on with each franchise. So with The Witcher, Project Polaris, which will be The Witcher 4, the next mainline Witcher game, it's being developed by CD Projekt Red, and it's at the stage of pre-production. Now, The Witcher 4 is definitely going to be the next game by CD Projekt Red, and it will be the next game to be launched by CD Projekt Red too. And out of all CDPR's projects, The Witcher 4 is the most furthest ahead in terms of development, and the next game is Project Sirius. It's being developed by the Molasses Flood, and it's being supported by CD Projekt Red, so it's not actually being developed by them, but there will be a lot of support by CD Projekt Red to the Molasses Flood team. So maybe a few developers from CD Projekt Red will go ahead and help Molasses Flood, and some will be there to make sure that all the lore fits and the story makes sense in terms of the Witcher universe. And this game is also at the project stage of pre-production, so it's likely going to be the second game released under the CD Projekt Red banner after The Witcher 4 Polaris. And we've already made a video on Project Sirius, which I'll leave in the description and pinned comment section below, and we know that this is going to be an open world multiplayer RPG game, and the initial vision of the game was kind of revamped, where it seemed like it was going to be this big MMO RPG with a single player story and multiplayer elements, whereas now they do definitely want to make this into a multiplayer game, and they probably scaled back that initial vision. Next up in the Witcher pipeline is The Witcher Remake, developed by Fool's Theory and again supported by CD Projekt Red. And right now this game is in the concept stage, and I haven't made a dedicated video to this game yet, but I do want to be breaking down all the rumors and leaks of The Witcher Remake. As one thing to note from the rumors and leaks is that the initial Witcher 1 game had a lot of dialogue, especially at the beginning portion of the game, and of course making this into a modern remake, changes need to be made because people expect that story, but they also expect to get down into the combat pretty soon. So even though this is a Witcher remake, it definitely in no way can be a one-to-one remake of the original Witcher game. The game is very outdated in terms of combat, of course, storytelling, and even its map. And I also heard that this game is more likely going to be some sort of smaller open world title, and of course have Doug Cockle return as the voice of Geralt of Rivia. But this game is in the concept stage right now, and go ahead, subscribe and stay tuned to the channel for more updates and development on The Witcher Remake and all of these Witcher games. CD Projekt Red also released what their development teams are engaged in on ongoing projects, and with this graph that they released on Twitter, we can see that 17 developers currently, as of 29th of February 2024, are still working on Cyberpunk 2077. Even though the major updates have already been done, the DLC has been released, there is still support going on for Cyberpunk 2077, which is great news for Cyberpunk 2077 fans. But we can see 403 developers are currently working on Project Polaris, The Witcher 4, the first game in the new sequel Trilogy, and it has 64% of the overall CD Projekt Red's developers engaged on this game, which means it's definitely going to be the next project from CD Projekt Red. It also shows that 37 developers from CD Projekt Red are also engaged in Project Sirius, which is being handled by the Molasses Flood and that team over there, where we can see exactly how much support from CD Projekt Red is being given to the Molasses Flood. I also wanted to mention a point from the Insider Gaming article, which reads, "It was revealed that nothing is in development at CD Projekt Red. Instead, most of the company's projects are in the pre-production or concept phases. The new IP that will be developed by CD Projekt Red is in the IP concept phase, while Orion, the next Cyberpunk game, and The Witcher Remake are both in the concept phases." That is very interesting. Even though we have so many, 64% of CD Projekt Red developers working on the next Witcher game, which is The Witcher 4 Project Polaris, it's not being titled in development right now, which means that there is still a long way to go till we actually see anything from The Witcher 4. Now, majority of the CD Projekt team has just come off of Phantom Liberty, which was a monumental success for them critically, and showed that CD Projekt Red team still does have it, because after the initial release of Cyberpunk 2077, it seemed like CD Projekt Red had lost its magic due to a rushed development and not meeting the expectation of what they promised with Cyberpunk 2077. Phantom Liberty corrected all those mistakes in a way and put a lot of faith back into CDPR. We also know the team is getting ready to fully transfer over to Unreal Engine 5. This was announced back in 2022, and their last project with the Red engine was of course Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, which means The Witcher 4 will be the first game developed by CD Projekt Red using Unreal Engine 5, and will sort of start a brand new era for CD Projekt Red in terms of their engines in games. Now the reason why they're moving to Unreal Engine 5 is because it's easier to develop on. This was actually said by the developers themselves. But overall, us players should be getting a better experience from CD Projekt Red games, and developers should have an easier time and have more resources to work with when developing with Unreal Engine 5. And they always announce brand new features for Unreal Engine, like the recent Unreal Engine 5.4 new features, and new features will continue to be added. It gives the entirety of CD Projekt Red more room to work with and more features to play with, and I believe it's a very positive thing all around. But we will be talking about the next Cyberpunk game. We already have talked about all the new details so far for the upcoming Cyberpunk Orion game, and we have much more Witcher 4 news to cover in the future. Go ahead and subscribe. I'll leave my previous videos down in the description because there was so much information revealed on the next Witcher game and the upcoming Cyberpunk game, so I'll leave it in the description and pinned comment section below. Guys, thank you so much for watching the channel. Thank you so much for supporting the video. Go ahead and browse through my channel. We've talked about so many other games like The Last of Us 3, the upcoming Knights of the Old Republic remake game, and we still have more news to cover on those games too. So go ahead, subscribe, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out, God bless. Hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?